Hello friends, welcome to an extra special episode of Hangout Tips. This is Matty P. He's the most flexible, bendy climber I personally know, and he's come here to help share some tips and strategies that have helped him become more flexible and will hopefully help you become, as he says, more unrestricted in your movement. Stay tuned and enjoy.
Hey, I'm Matthew Pillo, and I'm the flexible guy on the wall, and I would attribute that to my mother. She taught me from a really young age that stretching was a thing to look forward to, and it was fun rather than uncomfortable. I got lucky that it happened to me when I was a kid, but you will get to that point as well. The uncomfortable feeling you get when you stretch will slowly become more comfortable and more pleasurable over time. Picking up healthy new habits can be really tough. So one of the main things I would recommend is to cater your new routine to your own personality. Some people, they like to practice one thing over and over again and be very consistent. But somebody like me, I like to try new things every single time. I like to change what I'm doing, and I'll get obsessed with it for a week at a time and then drop it. So if you're a consistent person, I would say just find a nice routine. It doesn't matter really what it is, just pick up anything and do it over and over again and be consistent like you are. And if you're like me and you like to be a crazy guy and try new things, every time you come to a session, look up a new thing to try, because there's hundreds and hundreds of poses you can do and new ways to stretch. And that would be my second tip, is just make it easy to get into it by catering to your own personality. My last tip, my most important tip for picking up a new habit, is to not make it hard to win. You want to make it as easy as possible to win. So a consistent, short, easy daily practice is the best way to pick up a habit. Even if it's just 1 minute a day, one push-up a day, wake up in the morning and stretch your hamstring for 30 seconds. Over time, with this consistency, you're going to feel great about winning daily, and you're going to slowly just want to stretch more. And if you follow these tips like I have been for my whole life, you're going to find that throughout your life and climbing, whenever you want to move in a certain way, it's just free. You're very unrestricted. And I found that, even in my daily life, I find myself hand-foot matching when I go up the stairs in the morning just because I want to. And I can just move however I want, and it's a beautiful feeling. So sometimes in climbing, you have to get a really high foot. And one of my favorite exercises to do is a kind of crunched up leg raise. So you're gonna grab your own knee, pull it up to your chest, squeeze all the muscles in your leg, and then you're gonna let go with the goal that your leg does not fall back down when you let go. So I'm gonna pull, and now I'm squeezing the legs here and my hip here, and the front of my leg here, as hard as I can. And then when I let go, hopefully my knee does not fall. And I'm going to hold that position for as long as it takes for my legs to cramp like crazy, and then I'll let go. So once you're comfortable with the single leg raise here, you're going to move on to the next progression, and you're going to add just a bit of movement. So it starts out the same, but after you let go, you're going to rotate that leg out, and you're going to get a new sensation on this side here, and your glutes are going to cramp up like crazy. You're going to hold that, same thing, until you cramp up and you can't stand it anymore, and you let go. And that'll help you keep your hips nice and close when you have to be in a frog leg position on the wall. My favorite style of stretching is called yin yoga, and it involves holding a stretch for an extended period of time, finding that edge where you start to feel uncomfortable and just relaxing there until you feel comfortable, and then push that limit a little bit more. And over time, and consistent practice, you can start feeling pretty comfortable in positions like this. And this is pretty relaxing, actually, and this feels good for me. And I can push it until I feel uncomfortable, and just relax here until I feel comfortable. That's the main principle of yin yoga. If you found yourself at a plateau in your stretching, a good way to break that plateau is through adding weights and doing reps. So I like to grab a very light weight, not as a stressed out position, and I will move through the range of motion practicing actually using these muscles while they're stretched out, so it's more applicable to climbing and not just being flexible. So if you like what you saw in this video, you can come and check out my channel. It's Matty P's Canadian Climbing Crew. I'll be doing tons of mobility routines, fun stuff with my puppy, climbing, and all of my friends will be on the channel as well.